This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know. Yeah. Whoa. East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games. Whoa. Hop up on that wagon. Oh, please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin'. Right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry. We just stuck up in our ways. West Coast gon' head stand up. Put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy. Drip so sick, I'm queasy. Whoa. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, gang, gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you are all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Power in numbers and representation.
Fat people are humans.
Size privilege.
Diet.
You don't have any power.
Stupidity!
Diabetes.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 25 hundo and 11 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, back with another episode. And today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2, flexing on all you beats.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Welcome, fam. Welcome. Come one, come all. Welcome to the show. Hit the like button and make sure you drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing today? Check the links in the show notes to join the fam today, swolenormousx.com. We got an announcement right off the bat because tomorrow's episode is private for members only. We have our world famous Swole Fam roundtable tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Roundtable 39. Roundtable 39. So tomorrow's live stream will be live, but private for members only. If you don't join the fam today,
Matt Damon.
You're Matt Damon. It just is what it is. So join us over there, swolenormousx.com, and be there for tomorrow's live call, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Don't miss out on that. Fam, let's bust the nut open. We'll get the Swole card out, and we will give it away at the end of today's episode. Drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing today? Here we fucking go. Put some respect on it, yas, beaches. Happy Wednesday. There you have it, folks. You got a world famous Swole Fam card. Hashtag Swole Fam for a chance to win today's Swole card. Drop that in the comments down below. Thank you, Leo. Cheers, you raging alky. Drop it, hashtag Swole Fam in the comments. And now let's get into that tip, fam. It is time to moisturize. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. Let's go. Let me in. We got shit to go deep on. Okay. We got some Swole Fam posts. First, reminder that this past Monday during our accountability meeting, we dropped some new recipes, some new releases in the Swole studio. The brand new yoga class for this week for members is the Express Warrior Flow with Alex. That's available now in the Swolenormous X yoga studio. Adding to that heaping pile of yoga classes, I think we're coming up on 300. I've been saying that for a while, so for all I know, we're past 300. We have so many yoga classes, and they're available 24/7, 365. Join us, swolenormousx.com, and if you haven't yet tried this class, it is awesome, and I highly recommend it to everyone. So if you have done it, drop in the comments down below, and also make sure you comment on the video after you do the class. But if you've done it, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you enjoy it as much as I have. All right, Brandon, we have a Swole Fam post from Brandon himself. Hey fam, after asking the question about plantar fasciitis, I've been working through the ankle mobility masterclass and purchased one of the tibialis bars from Amazon for training my anterior tibialis at home. I've watched some training videos online. All of them show the person sitting on a bench or an elevated surface. Does anyone know if I could do this from my bed with my feet hanging off with the tib bar? I'm just worried about form with the bed being soft. Thanks in advance. I would say it doesn't really matter as long as the angles are good, as long as your knees aren't bending too much. You might just want to put a towel under your feet. You don't want your knees bending because you don't want to be doing leg extensions. A lot of times you will bend your knees and then kind of do a little subtle quad extension when you're doing that. But as long as your feet you can kind of be on a decline, it'll make it more challenging. You just don't want your legs going up on an angle because it'll make it easier. So as long as it's horizontal and you have a pad under your knees and your knees are not extending, you're not doing a leg extension, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. All right, we got a post here from Carson. Let me zoom in because this is a bigger post and I'm not sure why it's so looks like it's formatted weird. All right, this is from Carson, and Carson writes, it's from the Telegram chat, that's why. Okay, fam, this marks the beginning of the full elimination. I began eliminating back in mid-January. Theft alcohol, processed foods gone, sugar gone. I have been slowly tightening up my diet little by little, switching from white potatoes to sweet, even added in eggs, which I'm not really a big fan of. Tomorrow I will completely move away from potentially inflammatory vegetables, artificial sweeteners, everything that I do not cook entirely myself, protein powders, and similar things. I have been gram by gram removing caffeine for 2 weeks instead of subbing it for the dreaded decaf. I will be eating eggs, grass-fed beef, cabbage, sweet potatoes, zucchini, free-range chicken, salmon twice a week, and fruit. So far, my progress is slow and steady. I've lost 16 pounds and hoping to lose 20 over the course of the elimination. All 7 pillars are paramount, but the one I am holding onto is consistency day in and day out. I don't have feelings. If anyone asks how I'm feeling, I feel consistent. I told my wife consistent you the other day. I don't even know what that means. If the wheels fall off and I go broke, I still have ground chicken from Walmart, but not more yo-yoing up and down. It may take a whole another year. These typos are brutal, but I am losing another 50 to get to my ideal health. Okay, bottom line, you're crushing it. You're doing well with your nutrition. You're making progress, so good for you. The past attempts of the last 3 years, right where I am is just beyond the point of giving up. I usually make it to 255 and then fall off. Today I'm sitting at 251, so my full elimination could not be more timely. Good for you, man. And please, get off the scale stuff. You're doing fine right now. Please stop with the scale. Don't obsess over the scale. That's a rough road if you keep on. It sounds like you're putting a lot of pressure on what the scale says. Do not worry about that. Focus on the quality foods. My recommendations is continue to narrow down, maybe cutting out the cabbage and or the sweet potatoes or keeping those minimal. Focus on the fat and the protein. Focus on the fat and the protein, getting your organs in, stay focused. And, you'll continue to make that progress if you're eating sufficient protein, if you're training hard, if you're keeping consistent, like you said, that's the most important thing. So just stay focused. Don't over obsess with the scale and keep on going. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Jessica, apologize for sometimes reading Telegram chat. People are on their phone. Sometimes the typos. I try to fill in the blanks sometimes, and sometimes I'm confused. Okay, Jessica, also, hello, fam. Also, hello to you, Jessica. How are you all? I had a pretty good day. I ended up training this morning after all and just finished a mobility and yoga session while I'm cooking my beef up for the next few days. If I can just avoid the sugar monster, I'll be happy. Yeah, just don't eat shit food. There you go. Solved it for you. Hoping having enough beef cooked to just eat that when I crave it will help. Sure, it will help. You also need to make sure that there's nothing like that in your house. Let's see, just beef, just protein. You need to make sure you're getting fats in there too. And your electrolytes, sleep, all those different types of things. So yeah, that will definitely help being satisfied and drinking plenty of water and staying hydrated and getting quality sleep. A lot of times those sugar cravings come from lack of sleep and lack of hydration, adequate hydration. And that means electrolytes as well. So good for you. Swole fam on point on a Wednesday. All right, Justin. Hey fam, been listening to the podcast for a few weeks and watching those entertaining videos online for some time now. I've been on a journey to a better me for almost a decade now with ups and downs. At my worst, I was a lovely 289 pounds at 6 feet, full of enough fluff to shame the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. I've done it all from keto to paleo to if it fits your macros to calorie counting. These days I monitor what I eat pretty deliberately, and it gets old quick. However, I've come down to about 230. I am working towards a realistic and sustainable way to live. Every quote diet is just a temporary way to get results. I have taken a lot of the knowledge I've gained from just the podcast and started applying, hoping to pick up so much more. I have 5 kids, 9, 6, 5, 1, and 1. So you have twins? 1, 1. Sheesh. And they push me to want to be as healthy and productive as I can be. I served in the Army for nearly 14 years before I retired in 2018. I struggle with severe PTSD and all the fixings that come with that. I can tell you with great mindset and support, you really can overcome anything. I know this fam will not let me down in that department. I work out at home in a gym I put together a few months back, excited to bring the fam along with me on the next chapter of this journey. Could share so much, but I need to get to the gym. Thanks, Papa Swole, for all that you do. You'll see me and my gym very soon. Stay swole. Excellent. Thank you for your service also. Man. Carson, Justin, Jessica, Brandon, everyone fucking slaying it today. What a good Wednesday. And to close it out, Steven showing some pics. We got a little nip action too, which I'm very excited about. Steven says, #SwoleFam. The day I hit 300 pounds is the day I knew something had to change. My knees always hurt, back aching constantly, out of breath from tying my shoes. I have 4 kids and it was all I could do to keep up with them, much less play outside and run around. So I went to the fucking gym and did something about it. The left side is 300 pounds about a year to a year and a half ago. The right picture is a little over 240 pounds. I'm 6 foot 3 inches, so I know there's about 30-ish more pounds I'd like to cut to make myself happy, but I can say my kids are already having a tough time keeping up with me now. And with the Swole fam and Papa behind me, I know it's just a matter of time before that final goal is smashed. Thank you for all the support you always show to the fam, and keep it up. We got these pictures here. We have 300 pounds about a year and a half ago, and the right is 240 pounds. That's like 60 pounds. Holy shit, fam is crushing it.
Boom shakalaka!
Excellent. Very nice. Very nice. So everyone's really, we got a lot of objective progress here, from Steven to Carson nailing his nutrition. We got Steven losing like 60 pounds. We have Justin stepping up his game. And the great part is everyone here is talking about, I got 3 kids, I got 5 kids, I got 20 kids. You know, it just leads to the fact that if you put yourself first, you know, we live in a society where you have to sell your soul. If you have kids, then it's all about your kids, and kids are everything. They're dependents for a reason. When you fill out your taxes, kids are dependents. They depend on you, which means you need to put yourself first. So I think we need to shift the mindset of what it's like to what it means. And I do not have a child, but I do have people and creatures that depend on me. But it's important that you take care of yourself first. It really is. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you focus, don't lose yourself, focus on yourself, develop yourself, get yours, and then you can give to others and you can take care of other people more effectively. You don't have to be running around every which way. You know, you have sports team, you know, sports games and after school and this and that and the other. It's not a race to how many, it's not a competition, how many things you can overload your kids with. I really do think you need more free time. Kids need free play. They need to be fucking running around and having an imagination and getting into shit. Like, they need to do things. They don't need all these organized, they don't need all these organized things. I think it's just a weird way to charge it to have daycare and to charge parents money for travel, sports, and all this kind of stuff. Bottom line, a lot of people, I get messages all the time. This is why I talk about it. And this is why it's important, because the Swole fam is proof that it's not the case. It doesn't have to be the case. It doesn't mean your kids don't have activities, but I get so many messages. I have kids and their job, and they just don't have, they say they don't have time. And, you know, what do I recommend? It's, well, you're a human being. I recommend the same thing for someone with no kids or for someone with 10 kids. You still need to do the same type of work, and you need to train, you need to eat healthy, you need to get sleep. It just might be more of a challenge if you have 10 kids or 5 kids or 3 kids rather than no kids or 1 kid. But everyone's schedule is different. You might be able to be a stay-at-home parent, or you might have a lot of help and you have 5 kids, and it's not as stressful as someone that's a single parent, 2 jobs with 1 child. But bottom line, you need to make sure that you are doing things for you. And if you're not doing things for you, you're going to have resentments, you're going to have regrets, you're going to be less effective, you're going to not be leading by example. And I think when you approach this from a leadership standpoint, you can't just be a hypocrite. You can't just tell a child or someone else, right? You can't tell a sibling or a relative to do things unless you're doing it yourself. You have to lead by example. And if you're not, then Your words will fall on deaf ears, and you won't be spreading the proper message. They won't see you doing what you should be doing. And you'll get a lot more accomplished by executing and taking action rather than just saying things. Even if it's correct, even if you're saying the right stuff. Hey, you should go to the fucking gym. Well, are you? Hey, you should eat better. You're overweight. Well, you're not eating better. You know what I'm saying? You can't just tell people to do things. You have to be living it. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Mika, I only have one kid, but my job is very demanding right now. I'm exhausted, but I'm still going to the fucking gym. Otherwise, I'd be pretty useless to my daughter and everyone else. Respect. Respect. Again, it's not easy, but it's priorities and it's time management. It's priorities. It's putting yourself first. You have to put yourself first. So here's the thing. Do you want to be drained? And I don't know. You're going to be drained, or you're going to be, you have lots of stuff. You have a lot of stuff to do regardless. But if you're investing in your health and you're getting your training done early or first thing, you're putting yourself first, even if it's 20 minutes of a kettlebell workout first thing in the morning, you're going to feel so much better throughout the day. You're going to be able to handle much more of these stresses because you put yourself through some discomfort. And when you do it yourself, a lot of other things don't match up the same way. The same reason why working out first thing or doing the cold plunge first thing, doing something uncomfortable first thing in the morning, it puts everything else in perspective. Other challenging things aren't as challenging because you already fucked yourself up voluntarily right away. You know, you put yourself through a hard workout. You got in cold fucking water. You took a cold shower. You already put yourself through discomfort. So everything else is in comparison to the discomfort you already subjected yourself to. So it makes things a lot easier. Plus, if you're practicing mindfulness and brain gains and all the other 7 pillars, you're able to manage those types of things a lot better. Jessica, I didn't force my kids to do sports, but I did make sure I taught them stuff like how to sew clothing, make things, art, etc. The stuff they can do now is amazing. Yeah, you taught them real skills. And of course, it doesn't have to be sports. It's just anything. You don't have to I just think there's a lot of overstructure when it comes to what kids do. There's too much structure, too much. Not that it's bad. You need discipline. You need to have responsibilities and order. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be always these kinds of, it doesn't have to be all these tasks that take away from you. Because I think a lot of times, like what Jessica's saying, if you're taking your kids all to these places and you're not giving yourself necessarily time for yourself, is my point. Don't do that kind of stuff at the expense of you. But of course, if you're teaching them things at home and things that are applicable around the house, then it's the same concept. It doesn't mean that you can't train first and then do all these things the rest of the day. That's my point. Just make sure you're not losing yourself. Make sure you don't lose yourself in the process. That's not really what it should be. We have a culture where it seems like you should literally sacrifice yourself and you let yourself go to shit, right? The dad bod thing, or I'm a mom, so it's okay for me to be morbidly obese just because I have a child. It's like, well, people have been having children for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. It's like you still need to be healthy enough to survive, to take care of them. You know, having the child is one thing. Raising them is another. You need to be healthy. You need to be capable. Just some different things to think about. You shouldn't be wearing yourself down and sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice yourself situation. You still have to put in work for you. It'll keep you more sane too. And this goes with having a busy job and working long hours. It's just responsibility and losing yourself and sacrificing yourself because you're working, because whatever. Train first. Make sure you do the most important stuff for you first thing. Take care of yourself first. Even if it's a small workout, even if it's 20 minutes of mobility, you're putting effort into yourself first. You'll feel a lot better. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. It's just an important psychological approach too. All right, let's take some questions. Remember, you can call into the show anytime, anywhere, askpapaswolio.com, and we'll get to your call in an upcoming episode. Let's take the first one today from Alejandro.
Hey, Papaswolio. Greetings from Peru. You're a great inspiration for me and many other guys here in Latin America. My question is, how many days a week do you rest? For example, I don't know, from Monday to Sunday, how many days do you train? How many times a day do you train? And how many days you take rest? Like you just don't train, you rest your body. So well, that's it. Thank you. Keep the inspirational videos up, and hack for you and best wishes. Thank you, man.
Thank you for the call. Very nice call. Appreciate it, Alejandro. Thanks. Feel free to call in again. So it's a good question. I think it deserves a little bit of attention on it. So in terms of rest, it depends on how you're defining rest. So I say active recovery. I say no days of rest, but it doesn't mean I'm not recovering. So really training is about increasing your work capacity while still making sure that you're not under recovering. So you want to be able to do as much work as possible without sacrificing recovery. So this is why I do cold plunge in the morning. I do sauna in the evening. I do cold plunge every day. I do sauna pretty much every day. Rarely do I not do it. Like I said, cold plunge in the morning, sauna in the evening. So I'm always focusing on that. Sometimes I'll do a light workout. I'll do 2 workouts in a day sometimes. So today, for example, I did the cold plunge, and then right after that, I throw on the belt. Rufus runs around the back, and I do some sled. I do some walking backwards, some walking forwards, just to warm my body up, and then I'll do some light club. So today I did a little bit of that. I'm going to do a heavier workout after. So if you want to consider that a workout, I just do a little mobility and stuff like that, do some pull-ups from the tree and get my body temperature back up. So I wouldn't necessarily call that a workout, but that's like a little morning thing. Sometimes I'll go right into a workout afterwards. So, but that's more recovery. That's more blood flow. That's great for dopamine and, just inflammation when it comes to the cold plunging, wakes me up. So I'm doing stuff every day. I don't take a day off where I do nothing. Even if I'm not lifting heavy, I'll do some mobility, I'll do some muscle activation, I'll do some sled, I'll do some club. So if I'm not training, a rest day for me, quote unquote, it's really active recovery. It's plunge, it's sauna, and it's like some club work or some sled work. I'm always doing something physical. It just might not be lifting heavy weights. So swinging a club, you might think, oh, that's a workout. Yeah, but if it's a 10 or 15 pound club and I'm doing 20 minutes of swinging, it's just great for joints. It's great for blood flow. It's active recovery. It's not like wearing me down and fucking me up. It's not like I'm lifting a 40 pound. I'm not lifting heavy. It's not a max rep type thing. Or I'm doing some mobility, some light weighted stretching and muscle activation, which is aiding in recovery. It's activating maybe muscles that need to be fired more. It's mobilizing the joints. It's filling in the gaps and spackling maybe things I've been doing the last couple days. So I train frequently. If anything, I will decrease the intensity, not the intensity, but the volume of what I'm doing so I can train more often. I prefer training more frequently rather than doing something really hard and then waiting a week to train again. I like training every couple days, every body part. So for legs, yesterday I did, was it yesterday? It was yesterday. It was a leg day, but it was, hamstring and more posterior chain focus. So I did some sled work. I did a couple different exercises, really warmed up, did 2 really hard sets for 3 or 4 different exercises for hamstrings and glutes, making sure that I keep the intensity high. But if I'm keeping the intensity high, I'm not doing tons of volume because I'm going to be training legs or quad more focused, maybe tomorrow, the next day. So giving myself more of a lily pad type training where I alternate for the most part, upper body, lower body. And then depending on how I feel, some workouts are going to be a little bit harder, and sometimes I might feel a little bit more banged up. So I'll do some more mobility, or I'll do some Swole, or I'll do some just light club swinging or light stuff for the lower body to repair so I can hit it more intensely again. So I don't take rest days. I just adjust what I do. I'm training every day. The mindset is train every day, but it's not push myself to the fucking limit every day. I think it's much more effective, a much better way to stay consistent, to make sure you're working on all different aspects. Because if you're training every day, you can't lift heavy every day. You're going to hurt yourself. So being sore, being like, oh man, I feel, I'm really tight. That's fine. That's fine. You can do things and train. It's still called training. You have to shift your mind. You have to change your perspective when it comes to training. It's not just, hey, how much weight am I deadlifting heavy? That's not a training session. That's not the only type of training session. So you need to change your perspective as to what training is. Every day I'm training, but that training will change. So today I'm training. If I'm really fucking sore, if my legs are really fucking sore, if my arms, I really hit it hard, then I'm not going to go super fucking heavy. It just doesn't make sense. But I will do some mobility. I will do maybe some holding a kettlebell, doing some light, Cossack squats and some reverse Nordics and yogi squats and maybe some reverse hypers. Maybe I'll do some sled work, just aiding in the recovery, aiding in the repair. So rest should be training to get yourself back to par so you can push it again. So think of either you're training hard or you're doing something in order to aid in your active recovery so you could train hard again sooner. And that's really what like anabolic steroids do. They aid in your body's repair so you could do more work with less rest between sessions. You'll recover a lot faster between subsequent workouts, so you can train hard on Monday for a certain body part, and then that body part might be recovered and feeling good on Wednesday or Thursday. You could hit again really hard. You're getting more work done in a shorter period of time. You're compressing your recovery because you have these exogenous hormones that, if they didn't exist, your body would be in a slower repair process. Let's see here. Chris, thank you all so much. Love and appreciate you all. It was so awesome to do something simple and fitting in the closed slides without being tight anywhere. She talked about it all night. What the? All right. I read that. I thought it was an actual comment. I have no idea what the context is on that, Chris, but I'm glad that you're doing well. That was like completely out of context. I have no idea what that comment was for. All right. Let's see. Christy Tango. Papa Swole, I know that you're for intermittent fasting, but what do you think of water fasting for any reason, whether it be a start to a weight loss or to shrink your stomach, blah, blah, blah. That's not, the shrinking your stomach thing is nonsense. Intermittent fasting is just not eating all day. You're not really getting benefits of fasting unless you're doing longer periods, in my opinion. Not eating only eating for 6 or 8 hours, you're still eating a lot. You're still giving yourself a lot of opportunity. Water fasting is just not eating. Water fasting, you mean just intermittent fasting longer? I think you should experiment with it and be careful and be safe and do it shorter. Don't just go out of nowhere and fast for 5 days or something. Just start with a day. Start with 24 hours or 36. You still want water and hydration, electrolytes and salt and stuff like that. So yeah, intermittent fasting is just not constantly eating all day long. All right, let's take another call. If you want to submit a question, askpapaswolio.com. Laksh, Laksh, cool name.
Papa Swolio, can you tell me your diet?
I love the international. I love all the international calls. I love all the calls are from other countries. I like it. My diet. I recommend you doing an elimination diet so you see what foods work best for you, but I focus on animal foods, grass-fed beef, pastured eggs, raw dairy. I make raw kefir, raw cheese, just raw dairy, some fruit, honey. That's pretty much it. Meat and fruit and organ meats. Let's see. Tiffany, thanks for the call. Tiffany, I'm so inflexible, Papa Swolio. It's hard to get my feet flat on the floor during downward dog. Is there anything I can do to loosen my calves and ankles, or will I eventually get it through yoga alone? You might. It'll take a little bit longer if you don't do more mobility. Mobility is not yoga. Mobility is strength training through a full range of motion. So Tiffany, check out the ankle mobility masterclass and do toe raises and or get one of those tibialis bars to work the front of your feet. But just doing toe raises, leaning back against the wall is fantastic. I would also recommend, you could be foam rolling and stuff like that with your ankles. You could do stretching for your soleus, kind of like in a kneeling lunging position, driving your knee over your toes. You could put your foot elevated up on a bench or something like that to lean into it. So you're keeping your heel down so you could really stretch your Achilles tendon more. I would recommend muscle activation for the anterior tibialis and such. in order to pair up with the downward dog. But you could bend your knees. Bend your knees and drive your outer toes down and try to pull up your arch when you're doing downward dog. Just elevate your heels a little bit. I mean, not elevate your heels, but bend your knees a little bit. Bend your knees, and with practice, your tendons and the ligaments will loosen up. But also, if you pair it up with strengthening for the anterior tibialis, it will compound your progress. Well, that was nice. Not bad. We'll take a couple more questions. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Reminder that tomorrow's live stream is private. So private member roundtable. Of course, we'll take questions. We'll take questions too. So it's a private member Q&A conversation. If you want to talk or ask questions or just hang out, you can talk about whatever. It's just a free-flowing conversation. There's no stress. There's no agenda. It's just, hey, we're here. What are we talking about? And people talk about what they want to talk about. So it's tomorrow, March 23rd, 5 p.m. You could join us, swolenormousx.com, and get access to all the private live streams and so much more, all the details over there. Roundtable 39 tomorrow, 5 p.m. A reminder that tomorrow's episode is private for Swole Sluts only. Ryan, I have been doing push-pull legs since the beginning of the year, but I see more development in my legs and arms than I do in my chest and abs. Any advice on this? Focus more on those body parts. Everyone's muscles develop differently. It could be your form, could be your exercise selection, could be how hard you're training those areas. Abs that's just where you're going to store body fat, if that's what you're referring to, definition. Everyone's a little bit different. So you might want to just focus more on chest. Focus more on the areas that are lagging. That's important for anyone. If you have lagging body parts, prioritize them. So good. Development in your legs are good. Better to have more development in your legs than upper body than the other way around. That's good news. That's good news. Keep it up. Keep it up. A lot of people, you can't spot reduce fat, so you can train abs until you fucking pass out. You'll still have a gut if you're eating inflammatory food. Remember, your intestines are down there. People touch their abs as if your stomach is down by your belly button. That's not true. Your stomach is like right under your chest. So people think that their stomach is all the way, oh, my belly, right? When they grab their stomach, like, oh, I have a stomach ache, and they grab their belly button area. That's your small intestine. That's inflammation. If your stomach is like all distended and you have a lot of pain, grumbling, whatever, that's leaky gut. That's inflammation in your small intestines. So people think, oh, I'm really full. Oh, I hate so much. No, you're eating inflammatory food and your body is mounting an immune response. It's attacking this garbage trash you just put in it. So people that have like distended pregnant bellies, especially men, it's just hardcore, severe inflammation. So anyway, cutting out all these excess carbohydrates and oxalates and starches and vegetable oils and all these things are not ideal for human consumption. You'll see a lot of progress, and it takes time. We're all used to instant gratification now with Amazon and social media, but really it does take months and months and months. And the more results you see, the better it gets. It's not like you just cut out these things and, hey, I feel great. You might feel great really quickly, but to see the progress in your skin quality and inflammation and body fat and cortisol, it's a process, and you have to be consistent. So how many people are able to be consistent for months and months and months and months and months and not falling off and cheating and, oh, I just ate a bunch of sugar today because, no, you're making bullshit fucking excuses and you didn't prepare properly. You just didn't do it right. You fucked up. And, not that we should beat ourselves up endlessly, but I think there's a lot of nonsense out there. Like, well, I fell off. Well, I'm getting back on. Well, I fucked up this weekend, but now I'm back on and I'm really focused. That's like the talk of an addict. I'm not saying I'm not berating anyone that has made a mistake, but I'm saying there's a lot of people that think it's okay just to like trash themselves and like, well, I fucked up. Oh, shucks. Now I'm getting back and focusing. It's like, what? You wouldn't have fucked up if you were doing things properly. Like, that's not, you don't want to leave room for that kind of seismic errors. There's something missing. There's something missing if you're justifying that or thinking that that's okay. Just saying, that's something to think about. Don't make excuses like that. Tough love, fam. Tough love today on a Wednesday. Tough love. Speaking of tough love, the Swole fam, we're here for you. We're here for you. We're here for you. But I do understand. Sometimes Look, there's things that happen out of your control. Why are you making it easier for life to fuck with you? Life is hard. Life is going to be pushing against you all the time. People in your circle are going to be pushing back all the time. Everything around you, your environment, everything, every person, media, internet, marketing, food, supermarkets, everything's against you. They want you to buy this, make me money, buy this, eat this. It's nothing to do with health. It's about profit. They don't give a fuck about you. You could just drop dead. They want you to eat the chips because they make a profit there. And then when you get sick, you go to the doctor and you get some high blood pressure meds. They win every fucking way. But Papa Swole, you're always saying they, big food companies and pharmaceutical companies. It's not evil capitalism. It's what businesses do. Businesses are only businesses if they make a profit. So in other words, stop blaming big food and big pharma. I'm just going to say this. I'm not saying they're not at fault. They're fucking, they're not, I wouldn't say they're evil corporations. They're companies that get so fucking large that it's just, you can't change. It's like turning a yacht or a cruise ship. You can't pivot that like a speedboat. It's a big fucking, it's just so much momentum. You can't change this shit and turn around. Then you got stockholders, you got all these backs you have to scratch. You have all these salaries, all these blah, 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 and systems and legal and blah, 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 and different international and hundreds of factories. And you can't just shift things. It just gets out of control. And people are so separated at the top from the bottom that you lose contrast, you lose the context of the humanity and what the company is actually doing. You look at the bottom line and how do you make more money? You raise prices or make it for cheaper. So you have migrant labor, you have garbage products, you get millions of acres of corn and soy fields so you can, lower your costs, and artificial sweeteners are cheaper than getting people to pick sugarcane. So you're just making it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So instead of just, it's big food and big pharma. No, it's fucking you. It's you. You're buying the big food. You're buying that shit. You're taking the drugs. You're doing it. They wouldn't be big if you didn't buy their shit. You wouldn't have big pharma if you were healthier. If people actually ate real food and exercise and said, fuck you, I'm not taking these drugs. No, I'm not going to eat that garbage. No, I'm not going to suck down these vegetable oils. I'm going to go eat some actual fat. They wouldn't be sick and they wouldn't be big pharma. Just saying, it's your choice. A lot of people are, it's big pharma. Well, you injected yourself with experimental drugs, right? You're choosing these things. People choose. People make choices. People make choices. And if they regret their choices, they're going to dissociate from that decision and blame everyone else and pretend like it was a good decision, or pretend like, it was my birthday, or it was a wedding, or it was this. So that's why I did it. And just kind of like this justification in order to not feel guilty about it, in order to not internalize the fact that it was their fucking choice. You have choices. You have choices. Barrett, just type in beef tallow. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it from a local butcher. You can buy it from a lot of places that sell grass-fed tallow and stuff online. You can get suet. You could render it yourself. There's a lot of options. So check that out too. Okay. No one's putting in your mouth. In other words, it's your choice. You have choices. You have choices. Just saying, you have choices. But the thing is, if it's your choice and you made the choice, then it's your fault for the outcome, right? It's your responsibility because you made those choices. And, who wants to look in the mirror and be like, it's my fault? But it's very empowering, right? If you accept that it's your fault, then you have the power to make better choices. All right. Is that Pooja? Pooja? Pooja. Like it.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. I'm Pooja from India, and I just want to thank you. I'm not asking any question, but whenever I feel demotivated, I see your video and I just show up to the gym. So thank you so much. Please keep creating this content. Love from India. Bye bye.
Oh, I love it. I don't have the Indian anthem. Oh, we'll give you America there. That's awesome, Pooja. Thank you so much. We're going to go over to India in like 20 years and everyone's going to be fucking yoked. Fucking yoked. We're going to get India swole, like jacked. Absolutely jacked. That's awesome. That's so fucking cool. Jim Jow. That's so fucking cool. Just to know that someone from India is going on Instagram and then sees me yelling at them in Hindi. And it's like, all right, I'm going to go to the gym and then go. It's mind blowing. It's so awesome and humbling. I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. I know it wasn't a question, but no worries. That made everyone's day. That was funny. Make India swole. Let's fucking go. Make India swole. Yow. Yow. Let's take a couple comments if you have any last minute questions. Let's see. James Martino. I love when someone carrying 50 extra pounds tries to convince me to eat the office donuts while I decline and chug my protein shake in front of them. Ooh, chug in their face. Beer fest style. Hey, look, he's chugging in my face. Oh, God. I love it. Chris, what's crazy is they have one of the largest populations. Imagine 1 billion people being fucking jacked. Damn right. Damn right. That's awesome. Well, if Americans don't want to get swole, then at least India is going to, for fuck's sake. Bottom line, make better choices. So I'm not saying you can't make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes, but a lot of these mistakes that people make when they call in or they quote fall off just to close out this rant is really just an excuse for a shitty decision. That's all it is. You can only control so much. So why are you not controlling it? Why are you not controlling it? Don't give life the opportunity to take your controllables away from you. That takes a lot of mindfulness. That takes preparation. And yes, if you have your pillar number 1 community, your environment, if you have shitty food, we'll combine this pillar 1 and pillar 2. If you have shitty food in your environment, that's a weak point. That's a vulnerability. If you have these addictions and you're breaking them, it takes a while for your taste profile to reset. It takes a while for your body to start rejecting these foods that it should be rejecting, not having adapted to eating this kind of hyper palatable shit. You need these out of your environment. You need this fucking away. You need to be very mindful. You need to be very intentful. You need to live with intent. And a lot of people just don't live with intent. They just do what people tell them to. They do what their boss tells them to, what the government, what the media tells them to. It's like this whole daddy authority complex. Like you're just doing what other people tell you to do because they tell you to do it. So you have to understand what's best for me. And that's why I push so hard with you understanding why you're doing what you're doing. It's not, hey, do this diet plan. You'll get results. Some people will do it and like it. Some people will try it. I couldn't stick to it. It has nothing to do with sticking to a diet, right? This is not about sticking to a diet plan. It's not about it. This is about understanding why you're eating what you're eating, what these foods actually do to your body, and then you make better choices, period, end of story, because you know what these other foods do to the body. You know what happens when you consume these foods. And when you understand why, you don't need to stick to it. You just do it because it's logical and you don't want to eat that shit and you know how bad it is for you and where that leads. A lot of people just do things because they think they should do them. I want to be leaner, so I'm going to do this. That's not a reason. That's not a reason. That's not a good enough reason. You want to be consuming these things because it takes better care of you. It makes you feel better. It makes you perform better. You know why you're consuming these foods, and guess what? You will be leaner. You will lose body fat. You will build muscle. That's a byproduct of making these better decisions and following the 7 pillars. That's what the outcome is. And that's why just looking at weight loss, because I should lose weight that's a byproduct. You can't tell people to lose weight. That's fat phobic. It's logic. You take better care of your health and you will lose the weight. That's a side effect. These are just excuses to not actually change habits, and people want their cookies and they're addicted to their cookies and their shitty lifestyle, and anything unknown scares them. So they reject it because then they don't have to actually do it. And they call it fat phobic or whatever bullshit, because then they can scoff at it and categorize it and place the onus somewhere else. They don't have to actually take responsibility for the soy burgers they're eating and the donuts. All right, let's get into some balls deep content. Good hit. That's deep. That's right, Gina. Gina for the win. Want other people to treat you with respect? Treat yourself with respect first. Damn right. The more you hate me, the more you will learn. I agree. Where's my thing? Where's my the more you hate me? Where is it? Where's my button? Where is that? All of a sudden I've like blacked out. Like, where are all my... The more you hate me... Hold on a second. I'm having like a brain fart with where my soundboards are. No points. Hold on a second. This is weird. House is a fucking prison. Oh, geez.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
Wow. That was... My brain just stopped working. I'm hitting these buttons automatically for years, and I just... That was just... I just couldn't see the button. And you know what's funny? I was like putting my hand here, and I was like touching. My hand was blocking the actual button. I'm like, I know I see it. Well, how come I'm not seeing it? I was kind of covering it. All right. I'll take a Matt Damon on that one. All right, let's go balls deep. So if you want to ask a question, make sure you go to askpapaswolio.com. Askpapaswolio.com. We got a little story first before we take a couple of videos. This is from the Daily Mail. Overweight women may have their mom to blame, claims study. Aha, see?
Is this a list of things I did to your mom last night?
So if you have a mom complex, now you can blame your mom and actually have some data to back it up. Very nice. Daughters of overweight mothers are at a greater risk of being overweight, a study has found. But we've talked about this kind of stuff. What your parents or what your mother is consuming in utero. Same thing like if you're smoking cigarettes or drinking alcohol and eating tons of soy and having a lot of estrogenics in your environment. Yeah, it's going to fuck up the fetus. Mothers have a huge influence over how much their children run around during the day and what they eat. So those who are sedentary and have a less healthy diet can pass these habits on. It's much more than this. It's what happens in utero as well. So this is going to kind of, I guess, go into, you know, a fat mother is going to raise a fat child. It also makes sense. You see obese families because the parents are obese and they feed their kids the same way they eat. Shocker. If mothers were overweight or did not have a healthy diet in pregnancy, evidence suggests they could have also, quote, programmed their child in the womb to be biologically more at risk of obesity. The key term here is risk of obesity. So it's not like, oh, it's but my genetics. It's risk. So this is what epigenetics is. Your body over time and throughout your life, you might have certain gene sequences that are dormant, essentially. But if you activate them with poor lifestyle habits, they might activate and then lead to some sort of disease or more likely. We already know that some people are more likely to gain fat more rapidly or whatever. They might be predisposed because of things in utero or genetics, but it's nowhere close to the impact of your daily lifestyle habits. So you could be at risk for obesity and not be obese because you take care of yourself. New research suggests these factors only affect daughters and not sons. Oh, penises for the win.
Boys have a penis, girls have vagina.
But I have a question. If these factors only affect daughters and not sons, how do you know when you can't decide your child's gender until they're like 15 years old, right?
Matt Damon.
So wait, are we virtue signaling saying that we don't know if a child's a man, a boy, or a girl, but all of a sudden now, you see, it's when it's convenient. When it's convenient to classify males and females, we use it. But other sides like, oh, we don't know what a woman is. It affects doctors. Don't assume their gender. You fucking bigots. Researchers looked at 240 children whose body mass index and fat mass. Oh, body mass index. That's racist against black people. Don't you know facts? Don't you know facts? Don't you know the facts? Where's my truth?
We choose truth over facts.
Was measured in 3 visits when they were age 4, 6, 7, and 8 to 9. I'm already bored with this. And there, let's see. Mothers and fathers had the same measurements taken at the 3rd visit. Father's weight and body fat level was not linked to those of their children, but the more overweight a mother was, the more overweight her daughter tended to be at ages 6 or 7 and 8 and 9. Sons may not be affected in the same ways because boys are typically more active in childhood and burn off more calories than girls. Yeah, but that's kind of stupid. Kids are active. How many of you have girls that are just not active? Give me a break. Kids are active. This is probably, I'm just going to cut this out. This is probably because of parents actually taking care of their kids and mostly, if anything, it's more rare to have a father staying at home versus the mother working versus the mother staying home. And you might have both parents working, or you're going to have the father working and the mother at home. So the mother's probably cooking the food. They're making the food. They're making the meals. So it makes sense that the mother might be making worse choices. The father's not cooking. So then it relates more to the child. And men have more laborious jobs. So maybe the man, because he's working, a lot of men have more labor jobs. So they're less likely to pack on as much fat because they're using more energy, whatever. It's just, I think there's a lot of loopholes there, but I think maybe one of the reasons why is, one, if the woman's eating shitty, that's directly affecting the fetus. You're surrounding yourself with whatever perfumes and toxins and soaps and stuff like that. And what the mother is physically, it's not what the dad's eating that doesn't affect the fetus, it's what the mother's eating. And if the mother's cooking and eating it, it's directly affecting the baby, maybe genetically, epigenetically, and then maybe cooking more throughout the childhood and stuff like that. Anyway, feed your kids properly. Silly. Feed your kids properly. There is, I've read a lot of articles and research and stuff that talks about how if you are obese when you're having the child, that can definitely translate to the child and it helps tremendously, but it doesn't mean you're guaranteed to be obese. But again, if you're fat and your parents are fat and you're raising you, well, they're fat for a reason because they're eating shit and you're eating the same shit. So we know what kids get. They get Lunchables, they get cookies and chips and all these like vegetable oil soaked tortillas. It's just gross. So parents eat shit, kids eat shit. Shocker, families are fat. This is like, ooh, science. We really need a study for that. Like if parents are fat, their kids are more likely to be fat. Is that really a necessary study? Speaking of which, we got a Tainty man. Look at the Tainty boy. Come on. Look at the Tainty. Tainty yoga. Hi, Tainty boy. Very nice. Hey, Bubba. How we doing? Why can't you be more like your sister? Nice and calm and relaxed. Hey, buddy. How you doing, Tainty boy? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, buddy. It's good to meet you. What's your name? Oh, you're Tainty Man? You're the legendary Tainty boy? Oh, my goodness. I must shake your paw again. It's very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you, Tainty Man. All right, the Tainty Cam. Very nice. Hashtag SwoleFam for a chance to win today's Swole card. Now let's get into some balls deep videos. You ready? All right, let's see what we got here today. Oh my goodness. Let's get the pre-workout going for the day. Let's see if we have any appetizers. Ooh, we got a couple. Oh, these are nice. These are nice. Let's take a vote. 1, 2, or 3. What's it going to be? 1, 2, or 3.
What's in the box?
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like
Pick
I'm
a
a
number.
clown. I amuse
Number
you.
1, number 2, number 3. Oh my God. Jessica, you don't say? Gender shaming the poor Tainty man. They already took his balls. Next thing you know, he's going to dye his fur purple. Oh no. You're not going to dye your fur purple, are you, Tainty boy? Don't you do it. Don't you do it. His paw on top of his head. He's trying to block out he's covering his ears so he doesn't hear any of this bullshit we're about to subject ourselves to. Right, buddy? Yeah. He's like, I don't want it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Oh, he's in action. Oh, very nice. Good form. Good form.
I give it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
And he sticks the landing. And he sticks the landing. Okay, let's do this one. Let's do Carson, number 2. Carson, number 2. You're making sick gains, Carson. So now we get to yell at you for destroying our brains. This one is called plus size side effects. And there's a question on the screen of which this is a response to, I suppose. And it says, I think the problem with being plus size is the side effects. Oops. Is the side effects. High blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, etc. It is also what you eat. It's absolutely your lifestyle habits. It's absolutely your lifestyle habits. Anyone that thinks your lifestyle habits has nothing to do with how much fat you have on your body. Yeah. Having lifestyle habits has nothing to do with the fat on your body, the same way that lifting weights has nothing to do with how much muscle you build. It's nonsensical. Your body's just adapting to its environment. Your body is adapting to its environment. If you're lifting heavy fucking weights, you're eating a lot of protein, guess what? You'll build fucking muscle over time. You eat a lot of cake, vegetable oils, processed sugars, and all this shit, and you do nothing for your health, yeah, you're going to gain fat over time. Oh my God. My brain. Mind blown. Mind blown. If you hit a tree with an axe, after a while, the tree's going to fall. You're going to get through it. Even if it's a small axe and a huge sequoia tree, it might take you months or it might take you forever, but you'll get there eventually. You'll get there. Okay, let's just play the video. Thanks, Carson, for this ear fuckery.
I cannot help myself. I must address this. My name's Alyssa, and I'm your Orthodox Jewish plus-size mom friend.
Another one from... Yeah, what an intro. I want to play that again. I'm your Orthodox Jewish plus-size mom friend. I need the Michael Scott. I need the Michael Scott office. No, please, God, no. No.
I'm going to put my nutsack on your drum set.
All right.
My name's Alyssa, and I'm your Orthodox Jewish plus-size mom friend. Do smaller people have these side effects? Yes.
Not as
Do
often.
all plus-size people have these side effects?
Most of them.
No. Can anybody in any body size have these side effects?
These are not side effects. These are effects. These are not side effects. These are effects of trashing your health. So because not every single skinny person is healthy, because not every obese person is unhealthy, then, well, this is just nonsense. It has nothing to do with your size. The vast majority of obese people have these problems. Much more than I guess, underweight people. Much more. That's just statistics. So, yeah, most obese people have diabetes or pre-diabetes and have insulin resistance. It's just nonsensical sounds coming out of your face.
Yes. Regardless of your size, if you don't take care of yourself, you are not going to live a healthy life.
Okay, you were almost there. You were this close to being based. No matter what your size, if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to live a healthy life. If you take care of yourself, you're not going to be regardless of your size. Okay? This is what it means to take care of your health. You're not going to be whatever size. If you're taking care of your health, you're not going to be obese. If you previously were obese, you might be obese until you're not obese anymore. But that's the definition of taking care of your health. You are not going to be morbidly obese. Or emaciated and skinny and have no muscle mass. Like, that's not taking care of your health either. Okay.
These conditions can happen to people of all sizes. Good health can exist at any size.
False.
And your size is not the sole indicator of your health.
It's so sinister. All these key words. It's plausible deniability. Look, and your size is not the sole indicator of your health. What else is anything? Like, nothing's the sole indicator of almost anything. So you can say this with a straight face, but it's very, very, very subversive. You're not fooling me. Your size is not the sole indicator of your health. Oh, okay. As if size comes first. You were big your whole life, and then all of a sudden you're unhealthy. That's a byproduct. You're obese because of your habits. Just because maybe your blood, like a blood marker is at the high end of the range, it's not out, doesn't mean that you're healthy. Okay. You're not gonna see a lot of where are the fat older people. You know what we haven't done? We haven't seen any videos from fat older people. Where are the fat 60-year-olds making videos and TikToks? Can someone tell me where are the fat, obese 70-year-olds making these videos? Where are all the fat people in their 50s and 60s? I don't see them. I don't see them because reality comes home to roost and they realize that they don't like what they see in the mirror and they realize they're fucking up and they're on all these meds and they're not proud of it anymore. Where are the obese 50-year-old and 60-year-old women? Have we seen them? All these women look like they're in their 40s and 50s, but they're in their 20s and 30s. They just look unhealthy. That's why they're making these videos, because they're not currently diabetic. They're not currently on 20 medications and getting their legs amputated. You can only swing it. You can only make up this bullshit to a point. You can only grift this to a point when it becomes ridiculous on its face and you can't lie anymore. It gets to that point. You can lie to yourself for only so long and lie to other people. Those of us with 3 brain cells or more can see right through this. But then your audience, like, you can't pretend that you're doing great and you're in your 50s and you're obese and it's fucking gross. People see right through it. Where are they? I'm serious. Where are they? Where are the 50 and 60 and 70-year-old women that are so proud of their obesity? Where are they? They're all in their 20s and 30s because they're not dead yet. I'm just saying, it's an interesting concept. Like, why are we seeing this? Why is it all fucking women? So anyone that's coming new to the podcast or listening, the argument, well, Papa Swole is misogynist. He always just picks on women. I'll play videos from men, but where are they? It's either a gay man or a woman. Where are the men? I'm talking about fucking Y chromosomes. Where are the men that are like pro-fat? Where the fuck are they? Send me the videos and then we'll play them on the show. This is not a misogynist thing. This is just this fucking bullshit when it comes to health and this virtue signaling. It's only coming from gay men and women. So for anyone just to stomp in the face of that fucking argument, show me. Show them to me. It might be 0.000000001% of all the videos. So like, I'd love to play them. I'd love to play them if you can find them. I need a Y chromosome man, which is kind of ironic, that doesn't have an 80% soy diet, which kind of takes away that like Y chromosome, like a man. You could be a gay man and not be an idiot too. So I have nothing against gay people. I'm just wondering where are the hetero pro-fat men? Sometimes you're the fat, funny guy, right? And fat is your thing, but you're not in denial about it. You see guys that are obese and they're like, yeah, I'm fat as like, they don't lie about it, pretend like it's healthy. They don't lie about it though. It's like, if you're going to be fat, then be fat. You want to be proud of it? Then be proud of it. Just don't lie that it's healthy. Stop lying about it as if it's something that you've achieved in life. That's what we've seen, right? Okay. Stephanie, both my obese uncles were 69 when they died. One was morbidly obese and laid in a hospital bed the last 2 years of his life. Fuck. Okay, pick a number. Number 1 or number 2? We have a fat doctor and it's not the classic one. We got 2 videos. Oh my God, let's fucking go.
Emotional damage.
All right, fam. Stay focused. Stay focused. Eyes on the prize. Eyes on the prize. Here we go. Karen Wade, lay it on us thick. Number 1, Karen Wade, number 1.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
All right. Just another reminder that the president of the United States said if you don't vote for him, you're not black. That if you vote for Trump, you're not black. Did you know that? Just in case anyone forgot that he said that. That was words coming out of a human's mouth. All right, this is a video. This year is going to be fucking insane. Oh my God. The next 2 years are going to be, it's going to be like watching a fucking movie. It's going to be ridiculous. Okay. You think this is a response? There's a quote on the picture or comment on the screen, TikTok video. You think people are going to take health advice from a fat doctor, ... You even gain more weight in medical school. Without even watching this video. Super based, right? Yeah. Do not take health advice from a fat doctor. Super based. Super based. Now, if you need to do like an emergency surgery and you have a doctor, I wouldn't even like, yeah, don't take health advice. Maybe someone is like a master surgeon and they just have they're a little bit of a gut and like, okay, they can be a neurosurgeon, be really good at their job. And it's like, if they're not healthy, fine. They're not giving you health advice or doing like actual surgery. So they're like, well, you should probably eat this and you should probably do that. And you should probably follow, get some more carbohydrates, cut down on the saturated fats. No, I'm not going to listen to you. Tons of fun. You've never even seen the inside of a gym. Okay, here we go. Health advice from Fat Doctor. Here we go.
It's so crazy because they actually do. Surprisingly, my medical knowledge that I learned throughout the years does not get consumed by all of my fat cells.
Yeah, but you've been brainwashed with whatever the institutions want you to think and the pharmaceutical companies. So there's that. You get no nutrition education in medical school. So there's that also. No exercise education. So there's that as well. Just because people are stupider than you doesn't mean you know what you're talking about, because there's always someone stupider. That's what grifting is. And that's what, scams are. There's always a dumber person out there. That's why NFTs were popular. It's because there's always a sucker, right? There's a sucker born every minute. You've heard that phrase. So you think people are going to take health advice from a fat doctor? She's like, believe it or not, they do. Yeah, I know. There are some low IQs out there. That's not making that doesn't fuel anything. That doesn't compliment you, by the way. Again, I say it's like LeBron James playing basketball with 8th graders. Oh man, I scored 200 points in a game. Bro, that's not a flex.
It's a weird phenomenon, but I promise you. And obviously I'm just joking around right now, but I do have videos on my channel that are more sincere regarding how patients actually take me more seriously, especially when talking about weight, because I am someone that experienced the thing that they are experiencing right now.
Obesity and organ failure. Yay!
Matt Damon.
That's like going to a doctor that's black because you're black also. Oh my God, they're black. They're going to know how my body works because I'm also black.
You'd be surprised how nice people are and how non-assuming they are. I think it's just a you thing.
How nice people are. Okay, do you want your doctor to be nice or knowledgeable? Do you want your doctor to know what they're talking about, or do you want them to be nice? Unfortunately, a lot of people want their doctor to be nice, and we've seen the results of that. So good luck. We wish your patients all the best. We do not have high hopes, but at the same time, it's not too late. So hopefully one of your patients is watching this and yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense. Who is this bearded guy that's using all these logical words and saying things that sound true? How come I've never heard these things before? It's well, it's the Daily Swole. It's the knowledge cock. It's the knowledge cock. It's a knowledge cock. It's a knowledge cock. It is. And it's a tainty man. It's the tainty man. It's the knowledge. It's the knowledge cock and the tainty man.
Your father was a woman.
Both. It's both of those things. And it's a church. And it's the church. It's also the church. I present to you the church. It is also her. It is also her. So let's not get it twisted. How dare you for telling the truth? How dare I?
How dare you?
How dare I? Goddamn me. Fuck me. All right, this is called Small Fat. And here we go.
Matt Damon. What's in the box?
Last one on the Mancast.
I just found out that a lot of people have never heard the term small fat before. So here you go. This is the fatness spectrum.
Again?
Small fat, 1x to 2x, 18 and below. Mid fat, which is obviously different from mid-size, but people are conflating the two in my comment. That's 2x to 3x, 20 to 24. Super fat, 4x to 5x, 26 to 32. And infinite fat, 6x and higher, 34 and above. Fatness is a spectrum.
Fatness is a spectrum. Everybody, hello. Fatness is a spectrum. If you didn't know, some people are fatter than other people. That's right. Some people are really fat. Some people are less fat than them, and some people are less fat than them, and some people aren't fat, and some people are. Fatness is a spectrum. Again, if you can categorize it and call it a spectrum, then there isn't a solution. Just because there's a lot of different fats. What the fuck does that mean? Yes, you are fat, really fat, or holy fucking shit. Those are the 3 types of fat, and all of them should be changed. You should change your habits. If you're in any of those categories, like I'm fat, I'm really fat, or holy fucking shit, any of those 3 categories, you should be changing your lifestyle habits. So you're not in those categories anymore. Let's continue.
No one is saying that you have to identify as any of these. And nowhere
Oh, thanks. Thanks. You mean I can live in reality? I appreciate it. I like gravity. It's nice.
in my last video did I tell anyone they had to stop using the word midsize. I was just letting you know why people think it's problematic. And
You know what's funny about the midsize thing? Like, these are categories that people want to be called with the same category as a fucking minivan or, I don't know, a Camry, a Toyota Camry, whatever the fuck a midsize car, full size, midsize, they all look the same. All these cars look the fucking same. Give me a break. Really, you want to be called that? You want to be called the same as a car? That's really what's happening here. It's a size changing. Maddie says they're so desperate to be called, quote, small. That's absolutely true. So they're so fucking fat, but now if it's a spectrum, now they're a small fat. Yo, if you're a small fat, you're morbidly obese. You're morbidly obese. And having a site like Torrid, where I'm a 1 in Torrid, Jesus Christ. That's like weighing yourself in metric tons. Okay, I'm 1 metric ton. I'm only 1 metric ton. It's like, you're a metric fucking ton. You know, using astronomical units for your gunch. It doesn't, just because you can use a larger unit and make it smaller. Wow, I'm only 0.25 I'm only like 0.00001 kilometers around. Whoa, you're so small.
I think it's important if you're using a term that you understand why people think that term is problematic.
Or you say things that you want to say and you stop trying to tickle everyone's taint. Fuck your stupid fat feelings about fatness and fat organization, fat terminology. Stupid nonsense.
I would think that you would want to know that. I'm sure I'm going to end up doing several follow-up posts on this because that blew up way more than I thought it would when I was at dinner. But for now, I leave you with the fatness spectrum. Enjoy.
Oh my God. I'm sure I'm going to have to do a bunch of follow-up videos because this is so fucking stupid. I can't even explain it properly. So I'm going to post a bunch more videos of word salads just to get more views. So great. There is no logic behind it. You can make 1,000 videos. The reason why you can't explain any of this succinctly is because there's no sense to be made. There's just a lot of nonsense, a lot of fluff. Just like the monetary system, there's a ton of fucking inflation. There's inflation in your diet. There's inflation in your gut. There's inflation in your brain. You don't need that much. You don't need that many words to explain something properly. You just have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. You're just saying things to dance around the reality that you're just full of shit. So there's that. Okay, let's get a little America because thousands and thousands and thousands of people have died for your right to say stupid shit. And we respect that. Thank you for your service, everyone. Storming the beaches of Iwo Jima and, D-Day. We got a lot of people that have sacrificed their lives for you to be able to say stupid shit. And even though I'm kind of making a sarcastic joke, it is actually important. So you do have the right to say stupid shit. I do not want you to lose the ability to say stupid shit. But even more importantly, I have the right to say that that's stupid shit. So you have the right to post these fucking things. And I have the right to make relentless fun of these stupid things. And if you don't like that, you don't post these stupid things. But you do. And you just won't stop. You just won't stop posting stupid shit. You just won't fucking do it. You just won't stop. You just won't stop.
He's on fire!
Just gonna shut the fuck up. All right, if you want to join the greatest fam in the realm, built on a foundation, a bedrock of logic and common sense, join the fam today, swolenormousx.com. And, you'll be less insane. You'll be less insane. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Fam, let's give away today's Swole card. Here we fucking go. Falcon, kick us off. Scrolling, 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 scrolling. We got a winner! Lacey Hughes! Congratulations! Our very own Lacey. Well, that's all right. That's all right. I do declare, Lacey, congratulations. Super awesome. It's always awesome to send a Swole card to a Swole fan member. We love it. Congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, Swole card 2511. In the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. For some reason, I think this one's going to hit hard because I think Lacey is saying she's been kind of bummed out or kind of going through some shit a little bit with her training. She hasn't been able to go super hard. So, another reminder that the Swole fam is here for you. And, we want you to get back to lifting that fucking heavy shit. So stop being a beesh and go to the fucking gym. I'm just kidding. Am I? I'm not. I'm absolutely not. Go to the fucking gym, Lacey. I don't have to tell you that. You will. You will. Do your mobility. Recover. Focus. We got you back. I'm just fucking with you. Am I? I'm not. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I am fucking with you. I'm definitely fucking with you. Don't be a beast, don't be a boosh. Or you'll end up like Tenti Maguche.
60% of the time,
I forget.
It works every time.
I think I saw the...
that doesn't make sense.
I think I saw the comment. I forget where it was. It was in the Telegram chat. I saw it scroll quickly. It says, it was asking, how old is Tainty Man? He's about 1 year and 3 months. And by the way, let's get a round of applause for Tainty Man because I've officially, the last couple days, I've had him for 1 year. I got him when he was 3 months old, so now the Tainty Man is officially 1 year with the Swole fam. Same thing with Church. We've had them both for about 1 year. Oh, that's a good Tainty Man. Let me get a little. Literally no fucks. Just doesn't even move. Let's fucking go, baby. Oh, we got it now.
Crucifixion was good. Out of the door, line on the left, 1 cross each.
Dodson, we've got Dodson here!
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Ooh, a hobo's dick cheese. Good choice.
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
Good choice. Good choice. Oh!
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that didn't.
Hadouken! 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 How's a fucking prison on planet bullshit? In the galaxy of this sucks camel dick!
And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in and pull and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
Coast to coast. Ooh. LA to Chicago. Oh, baby, let's fucking go. Fucking that crank. Jesus Christ. I'm starting to get like tendonitis cranking that shit up. That hog is getting thick. The blood flow is just out of control. Thank you so much for being here, fam. 25 a Schleven. And, you know, we are going to have a great conversation tomorrow. In closing, a lot of you have already punched out, but make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out. Leave us a review, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good shit. But tomorrow will be private for members only. So if you're looking for the Mancast tomorrow morning, it's not going to be here. I'm getting cleaned up. Going to get my beard all nice and sexy, my hair trimmed up. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to go get all, you know, nice and swolled up. But tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time, be there. Join us, swolenormousx.com. Thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow at the Shround Table. Peace, Mageese. Deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now the king left and they so mad, it's like...
Yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard to the paint you. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Our topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element.